My name is Teacher Chris. In the last couple of videos, we have looked at the Sun and the solar system. We have looked at the layers of the Earth and why we have life on Earth. Today, we are going to look at the Moon. What is the Moon? The Moon is a ball of rock. The Moon moves around planet Earth. How big is the Moon? The diameter of Earth is about 12,700 kilometers. The diameter of the Moon is about 3,500 kilometers. That means that the Earth is about 4 times as wide as the Moon. If we look at the Moon and the Sun, they seem to be the same size. But the Sun is much larger than the Moon. The Sun is about 100 times as wide as the Earth. How far is the Moon from Earth? It is about 380,000 kilometers. How long does it take to travel to the Moon? If you were flying in a plane at 560 kilometers per hour, it would take 28 days. If you were flying in a spaceship at 7,900 kilometers per hour, it would take 2 days. If you were driving in a car at 100 kilometers per hour, it would take much longer. Why does the Moon shine so bright? Does the Moon make its own light? No. The Moon gets light from the Sun. The Moon reflects light from the Sun. If you are looking at the Moon does not always look the same. Sometimes the Moon is big. Sometimes we can only see a part of the Moon. Sometimes we can barely see the Moon at all. Let's look at a short video that shows us why the Moon changes its shape. Because the Moon reflects light from the Sun and the Moon moves around the Earth, the way we see it changes with time. We call this the phases of the Moon. Let's look at the phases of the Moon. We have to imagine that we are standing on the North Pole of the Earth. Half of the Moon is facing the Sun, and it has day. Half of the Moon is facing away from the Sun, and it is night. So in the first phase of the Moon, we cannot see the Moon because the night side is facing the Earth, and it is completely dark. As the Moon moves around the Earth, we start to see the part of the Moon that has day, and it looks like this. During the next phase, we see half of the Moon. Now it looks like the day side of the Moon is growing and getting bigger. Until we only see the day side of the Moon. Now, as the moon moves further around the Earth, it looks like the day side is getting smaller again. And in the next phase, we can only see half of the moon that is lit up by the sun, until we can barely see the moon at all. And this cycle starts all over again after about 1 month. Let's look at the names of the 8 phases of the moon. The first phase is called the new moon. The second phase is called the waxing crescent. So waxing means to grow, and crescent is the name of the. So it is a crescent that is growing. The next phase is called the first quarter. The next phase is called the waxing gibbous. Waxing means to grow, and gibbous is the name of this shape. So it is a gibbous that is growing. The next phase of the moon is the full moon. Now we have the waning gibbous. So gibbous is the name of this shape, and waning means to shrink. The next phase is the third quarter. And the last phase of the moon is the waning crescent. So waning means to shrink. Crescent is the name of this shape. So we have the new moon, the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and the waning crescent. Those are the 8 phases of the moon. So, for today's activity, I want you to make a poster of the 8 phases of the moon. After this video, I will give you some instructions on how to make your poster. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.